one.
Welcome back to the Engineered Muscle Podcast. This is episode 14. Me and Mo are going to be talking about getting in shape for summer, getting down for your summer shred body, getting your body ready for that beach and all the summer fun, having your shirt off, those summer barbecues, and all those things that we so desperately want right now in this cold ass winter. Except for Mo, he's in LA. You don't know.
It's cloudy here today, but yeah, I think this is a great topic because it's February 17th today. June is considered the month that starts summer officially. So our folks got we got full March, full April, full May, and half of February. So we got about 12 weeks. We got about 14 to 15 weeks.
Yeah.
First of all, is that timeline pretty realistic?
Yes.
I would say so. I would definitely say so. Especially for guys who already go to the gym and who, eat consciously and eat healthy. I would say that's
any muscle.
They have muscle already. They have some muscle to play with. So what would be your first step, Madison?
The first thing is kind of comes on where you're coming off of. If you're coming off of if you just finished a bulk, or if you're just getting out of winter bulk mode, or you've just kind of been maintaining the last little bit, kind of first figuring out where we are right now, taking account of where we are, kind of looking at what our current eating habits are, and then just trying to adjust to where we are right now, so we have a good idea of what that is, how many meals a day we're eating, what kind of food we're eating, how much we're eating, getting a good sense of where we actually are. And then from there, it's about making small changes there forward. And that's, I think, what a lot of people, when they start dieting, when they run into trouble, is they start making big changes. And really, you only need to make a couple of changes at a time. You just need to keep making them. Usually you need to keep making them just to continue making progress.
I would agree. So for a lot of you guys who are already going to the gym and you eat healthy, I would legit, because I just started doing this week, start counting your calories again. Like, I'm fucking serious. You should know your numbers. A lot of even it's so funny how when you don't count your calories, even as an expert or even as someone who does it, who's done it for quite a few years now, but I was just counting my calories earlier today for my meal, and I just realized, because I weigh my food and now I'm on prep mode, so it's we're back at that grind, but I realized, I was like, damn, I was underestimating my calories. And they've done studies where people were underestimating their calories by up to 34%. So that means is people were eating 2,600 calories, and they were saying they eat 1,600. Big freaking jump. So for a lot of you, I would just start getting back on MyFitnessPal. Let's get the numbers going. And even if you're not into that, just start. See if you like it or not. I love counting calories. It just works better for me. I know I have travel coming up. I'll be on the road, flying a lot for the next 2 weeks. So it's any change, anything other than calories just don't work for me, because I live a lifestyle that's, always on the go. So for you, find your thing. But like Madison said, make small changes. Don't go balls to the walls on day one. I hired a coach, and he put me on 30 minutes of cardio a day from day one. I kind of fired the coach. Didn't need that negativity in my life. No, right now I'm way better. Right now I'm way better doing 15 minutes, and I just love it, because now I have room to increase it.
That's why I have people start 15 a couple times a week. That's how that kind of starts getting into the second step, right? Once you have an idea where you're going, then you're all right, this is how I'm at 2,500 calories, whatever. So you pull back, I don't know, 200, 250 calories or so, and then just add 2-3 days of cardio just for 15 minutes in the morning or whenever, just a little bit, right? And then start seeing how your body adjusts to it. So I just started my contest prep too this last 2 weeks. And we're just getting started right now, so things aren't too crazy yet. But I just started tracking my macros, started just like I'm eating the same things. I already kind of track my food as far as like I know I eat this amount of I weigh it out and I measure it out and I meal prep and I know how much it is. But now I'm recording the numbers. I really have it. I'm logging every single my weight every day, my calories and macros every day, all my stuff. So I'm just starting to get the data down, and that's going to help down in the months to come as we adjust for it, and just see how my body is adapting. So once you start pulling, because the first thing you're doing is you're only going to pull back a little bit, and whether you're tracking macros and you're pulling back 250 calories from whatever macro you want, or you're kind of going relative, like I ate 4 meals of 8 ounces of whatever, and I'm going to just cut one of those back to 6 ounces. I'm cutting all of them back to 6 ounces, or whatever it is that you're slowly just starting to pull it back. Those are the first steps to take, and you slowly up that cardio too.
And yeah, like, I mean, it just goes back to knowing your current state. How much fat are we trying to lose? How much body weight are we trying to lose? Because chances are, guys who look great in the summer, they know their numbers. Almost every time, like guys who have those physiques, they actually got ready for those physiques. Those physiques don't just, stay there. So
you have the genetics for it.
Yeah, like genetics. It's all genetics, bro. But like, know your current numbers, know your current body weight. I know my current numbers really well. Madison, I try to weigh myself every day or every other day. Fasted state right after using the bathroom in the morning with just my boxers on. And what that does is it creates that consistency. It creates that consistency in that it's like, hey, I'm in the same state when I weigh myself. So your numbers, like for me, if I don't see any progress on the numbers, like body weight and body fat, so make sure you know both. There's some really good scales you can buy off of Amazon that tell you both. So don't go cheap on this. Like I bought my weighing scale like 2 years ago and it still works great. So you want to buy like something that's like, I bought mine for $34. It was really good. So it still works really well. When you know your numbers really well, then it's time to look at your progress pictures. Look at like, how are you looking in the mirror? Do you look fat? Do you look soft? Like, how are you? I've been sitting at 174 for the last like 5 months. But if you look at my body composition, in the beginning, I looked a lot softer.
Tightening up.
Yep. Now I'm trying, like now this way, like this feels great. Like sitting at 174 is my body's new homeostasis. And what's crazy is that I remember flying to Seattle this one time. This is back in August. Flying to Seattle, and I had the air hostess take a picture of me while I was on the like walking into the plane. And like I remember looking at that picture and never wanting to post it because I look so soft. Like my face just looks like, holy shit, I've been like dirty bulking for years. And I legit had man boobs. Like this is like for someone who's a fitness coach who has competed before, dude, we still fall into those traps. Like no one.
I'm all about those man boobs.
What is it?
I'm all about those man boobs.
No, but you hear me, right? No one is immune to the laws of human body. Like if you make mistakes, if you start getting too loose with that pizza and that pasta or that, your diet, you will start, your body composition will start looking like that. So that day I realized, I was like, I need to get my shit together. So now like my diet is like, I would say 90% clean. I haven't 100% cleaned it because I know it's just the beginning of prep, and the more room you give yourself, the better off you will be. The last thing you want is to be tired on week 5 of prep, because prep is not 5 weeks or 10 weeks. It's mostly around 12 to 16 weeks. So give yourself some room there. And that's why this episode is perfect for you guys, because you exactly have 15 weeks till summer, and you can definitely get ready in that time point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have the trouble with that when I'm bulking, because I give myself just that little extra bit of flexibility, because I know I need to be eating more, but so sometimes those shittier things get in there, just too much crap just starts fitting, and they just start getting a little soft, too soft, and that hurts me in the long term because I can't bulk as long, because now all of a sudden I'm fat. So continuing to bulk is just going to be fatter because I went off the rails too much. So and in that regard, cutting's a little bit easier because you really know where you're going, and you know you have to be strict to an extent. You know you have to be in control. So that little extra level of control helps kind of keep your mindset, especially if you have a concrete goal, something that you're looking forward to. So Mo keeps talking about 15 weeks till summer, and that's June. What you should do is you should pick a date. Whether, like, let's say 4th of July, you have a barbecue coming up. Choose that date and hold yourself accountable to that date. Be like, I want to be shredded by that date. I want to be my beach body ready by that day. I want to walk out in short shorts, my thighs going boom, and just shredded abs, right? So pick that date and then keep that in your mind, because every time when you start feeling like, oh, I'm fucking hungry, I just want to fucking have some cookies or bowl of ice cream or whatever the hell you're craving, or pizza, you think about that date, and it gives you a little extra power to resist sometimes when you might slip, when you start getting hungry down the line. And you shouldn't be feeling like that in the beginning. When you first start dieting, you should feel good. It should feel like you almost have more energy even though you're eating less. You're going to start feeling hungrier, but you shouldn't be like craving and going wild yet.
No, I would totally agree. Especially like, yeah, man, you're not an average dude. And I'm not talking to Madison when I say that. I'm talking to you listeners. Like, you're not an average dude. You descended from Hercules himself. So we want to show that body off. It comes time to show it off. I live in LA. You probably live on East Coast by the ocean somewhere. You probably live in other countries. You are going for the physique that only 1% of men achieve. So I remember Arnold was once asked, how did you stay motivated when you had snacks sitting in front of you while getting ready for Mr. Olympia? And he said, like, snacks would have given me that instant gratification for 30 seconds. But the last Olympia I won was in 1970s, and you guys still talk about it. And I was like, fuck. Guys, most of us aren't going for Mr. Olympia, but most of us are going for places in life. And for me, my biggest motivation is for my grandkids to look at my pictures at 23, 24 and be like, fuck yeah, grandpa, that was my fucking grandpa, right? Like, that's what keeps me motivated. It's weird. Madison laughs at it, but it's like, that's my reality, right? So it keeps me motivated.
No, I laugh because I relate, and it's true. You want to...
Yeah.
Like for me, I want to leave an imprint. I want to create a physique that is remembered. And I mean, if I can put myself up with all the people that I idolize, if I'm able to create something like that, to me that'd be a fucking more than I could hope for. But at least I want to fucking shoot for it. I want to, have that high expectation, have something to leave behind, have, like, even if you just get in shape for the summer, you get that good picture of it, right? That's gonna last you some time. You get to keep that up on your Facebook page or whatever your profile for, however long you want.
At least a year.
At least a year. The next year will be bigger and more shredded, right? So.
And guys, like, Madison, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of our audience, when I picture people listening to this, I picture a guy who is successful in the eyes of society. I really do. I really picture a guy who has been through college, who has a good job, who's just like check marks on top of check marks. Like, when you look at what society considers successful, this guy is fucking successful. But he just can't, like, he just is missing that last one piece of that amazing physique he's always wanted, or that amazing relationships he's always wanted. And for that guy, I shit you not, guys, getting that six-pack abs might be the thing that you've always been thinking that you missed. Like, there's something so special about being lean. And even though, like, none of life's problems go away when you're lean, you fucking feel like you accomplished it. And that's a different feeling. So if we can get you ready with the help of this podcast, or if you need extra help, we're here to coach you. Like, I have one-on-one coaching. Madison has one-on-one coaching. Like, we can change your life. And I like, if you came to me right now and you're like, want to get summer ready and you already have a decent enough starting point, I can almost, I hate to guarantee results, but with your commitment, I can get you there. And the thing is,
yeah, if we start now, you could be ready by summer.
Yeah. Yeah, like definitely. So the point being, guys, like get shredded. You deserve it. For the first time in your life, let's have a summer where you're not fucking scared to take your shirt off at the beach.
Not only are you not scared, you can't wait. You're looking for excuses. You're just like, oh, just lift the shirt up a little bit.
You go to the bar and you take your shirt off. Then they kick you out. But no, like.
No, you're so jacked that they give you free drinks thereafter.
They hook you up. They're like, this guy's a hero. He looks like Superman.
Here, wear these shorts with our brand name on it.
Engineered muscle. No, I totally agree. And I think like for a lot of you guys, like this might be the wake-up call. That, hey, you can do it and you better get started. Because most of you wanted to, get your shit in order on January 1st. Well, fuck, that didn't happen. Right? Now you got 15 weeks and I'm giving you this wake-up call. 15 weeks. Let's get you ready. Let's get you ready. You need that six-pack. You like not need it. You fucking deserve it. You deserve that six-pack abs. And I want you to feel what it's like. It's kind of like, how broke people tell you that money won't make you happy. And I'm just like, you've never made money. You've never made money. It's the same thing as like fat guys with beer bellies with 49% body fat walking around saying, yeah, all these little fucking kids with six-pack abs look like shit. And I'm like, yeah, Charles, guess who has a high chance of obesity? Who has like highest chance of getting diabetes, heart disease, cancer, all of that shit? I with a really high body fat percentage. So let's get you lean. Let's get you shredded because it's about time. And the best part will be you will see how your career starts to change. Because once you start putting work in the gym, man, I'm like the living testimonial of this, where it's like everything started changing after I started caring about my body. Because you just get more disciplined. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger is famous for saying that his life success can be attributed to a barbell. Like once he started winning those Olympias, once he realized the work ethic it took to build a titanic physique like his, what else are you going to hold back from him? Nothing. I mean, he's going to do the work. And a lot of you need to do that for your own body and get there because you're holding yourself back by not doing it.
And part of what people don't realize that, we talk about this all the time on the podcast, but I'm just going to illustrate it again, that your body and your mind are connected. And oftentimes we think of, guys that go to the gym and meatheads, stupid and people that can't think, but people that exercise and people that train, it actually raises your IQ. It statistically significantly raises your IQ and you become smarter. So think about that, right? The fact that you start going and you start getting in shape and you get those fucking shredded abs this summer, you're gonna be fucking smarter because of it. So at your job, you're gonna be more creative. You're gonna have more mind power. You're gonna figure out shit better. You're gonna be more confident. So you're gonna project yourself better. You're probably gonna get that raise. I can't tell you how many clients I've worked with that after right around when they start finishing out their 3 months or right around the end of their program, thereabouts. All of a sudden they get a raise, they get a promotion, they get a new girlfriend. All of a sudden something like out of nowhere seemingly comes because they transformed. Because it's more than a transformation of your body and your mind are connected. So your mind and your mindset and how you act and all that's going to transform with you as you do it, which is why it's so important to just dig in and do the work. Just write down your food. It might be a pain in the ass at first. I know. I personally don't like recording my macros, but I fucking do it anyways. I just do it. I get them, record them. Some of my clients don't like it. But it sucks at first, but then like you get used to it, you get over it, and you just keep doing it. You just get it down, and you just focus on it, and you don't give up because it's gonna get hard. But you stay in it, and you push through it, and then all of a sudden at the end, like of a couple months, you're like, holy fuck, I'm like a different person. I'm like doing all these things. I'm so much more productive. I'm doing better at work. I'm getting all this attention. I don't know where, like all sorts of attention. I'm getting attention at work, getting attention when I just go out and go to the grocery store. I'm getting these looks, right? And it builds up. So it's
Coffee shops.
Coffee shops, wherever you're hanging out. You know, if you're going out for drinks with your buds or whatever it is, you're getting eyes from guys and girls. The guys are like, "Oh, what's up with this dude?" And the girls are like, "Look at that dude." So it all it all builds up. So it's so important to just really commit when you set that intention, set that date for, let's say it's July 4th barbecue, right? You set it and just commit to it and just like, no matter what the fuck happens, I'm going to get that shit done. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And if you just have that mindset, even if it's for a short period of time, it's going to get your ball rolling so strongly that you're going to be able to get over all the humps. You can get some good momentum going. When those walls come up, you can blow right over them. But if you just can't get the thing moving right and it's all out of whack, you will never get the smoothness where it can just keep going. And because then every little obstacle that comes up is going to slow you down and stop you.
I'm going to dive into the obstacles part. So guys, a lot of you are just not set up for success. And I'm being dead honest with you guys. Like, who do you follow on Instagram? Fucking the guy who does intermittent fasting, or the guy who does ketogenic diet, or the guy who does vegan, or the guy who does paleo, or the guy who follows Dr. Phil and Oprah's combined diet.
Or Macedon Straw.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, if you can't get the momentum going, that means you're set up for failure. That program is not going to last you very long. And the reason me and Madison feel like he was just saying, like, he'll start, like, right now it feels like he's not even on prep, because things are kind of loose because he has enough room. And his coach is setting him up for success, because when it's time to dial things in, they will dial things in. Right now, the goal is to set him up for success so he's not mentally beat by the time the wall hits. And the wall will fucking hit, and I shit you not. This is a real life example. I graduated college, I finished college, and I start prep exactly 2 days later. I hire my coach. And this is the point in my life where I just feel defeated, right? Like, I've always wanted to go to medical school. That didn't happen. Now it was time to get a corporate job. While in prep, when you have to be really dialed into things, I was traveling like a bad kid. Like, I had to. I was looking for jobs. So, like, this company is flying me out to Washington, D.C. This company is flying me out to New York, this, that. And I remember thinking, like, oh, man, this is hard. Because when you're traveling, you're on someone else's. And at that time, I didn't know not even half the things I know now. But like, every day was an obstacle. Every day required, oh man, this is going to be hard. But luckily, I was counting calories and understood macros really well, even at that point. And that was really helpful. But I remember the people who were closest to me, my sister, my parents, everyone discouraged me. Everyone. They're like, you need to look for a job. Why are you doing this freaking prep? This doesn't pay. Like, I remember family members legit asking me, will I get paid if I win the show? Is it gonna make you money? The reality is, no, it fucking doesn't make you a dime. Nothing. All that expensive food, all of that dedication, all of that is for nothing but yourself. And I remember being told so many times by my own people I loved to quit prep. To just quit it, because there was so much happening in life. I was traveling so much, I couldn't figure out what to do next. Like, and I wasn't getting like the jobs I wanted, shit like that. And it was after when you're like $90,000 in student loans, like that's a shitty period to be in, right? But I wasn't gonna let myself down. That's just not how I was made. And guess what? When the day that I stepped on stage, everything came together. And I remember talking to those same family members who were now asking me for weight loss tips. Shit changes, guys. Shit changes if you just stay true to your goals, because you're doing this for you, not for any fucking other person. And that's what I want you to realize. Six-pack abs don't get you girls. The person you become in the pursuit of six-pack abs does get you girls. And that's the important part. Don't just think that getting six-pack abs will get you laid tomorrow night, or will get you a girlfriend tomorrow night. No. You will just forget about the girls because you'll be so focused on winning in life.
It's true.
You'll be so focused winning in life that you will just forget about the extra shit. And then the promotions show up. They do show up. Then success in life shows up. Then people look at you differently. When you are not paying attention to anyone, people start paying attention to you. Because you have, like, just like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he wakes up at 4 a.m. every day and works out no matter where in the world he is. He has a gym that travels with him. Like literally a big ass gym or trailer that goes places with him. And that's some dedication, guys. That's some work. And when he does that every morning at 4 a.m., he has programmed his mind that now when he walks in to, like some show where he has a lot of his audience, they want to, like, they're giving him so much appreciation, but he doesn't even care really. He's already taking, like, he's just doing it for himself, and everybody else is noticing that. He's not going to the gym at 4 a.m. for the fans. He's doing that for himself. The fans happen to like that. So the fans happen to like that he has that work ethic to, like, film some really good movies and become one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, whereas 10 years ago he was a complete outsider. So just know that the end destination doesn't get you those results that you want. It's the person you become while trying to get to that destination that does. And you don't even have to worry about that, because the best thing to think about is the destination. Just focus on the destination. The person you become will just happen by itself because you're going after that. Like that's what we talk about a lot, is that mindset coaches make it sound like you gotta enjoy the journey. You gotta do this with the journey. You gotta do this fucking thing with the journey. Forget the journey. Focus on the destination and just keep traveling.
As long as you're traveling, yeah. I mean, it's if you can smell the roses and enjoy the journey, that's better. And you will derive so much more happiness from the process if you do. But like Mo is saying, if you keep moving towards the destination, you're going to get what you want, right? As long as you're headed in that direction and you keep moving, as long as there's one step, even if it's a small step, day after day, you will get there. And then you will become that person. You will get those things. And maybe the first time you go set that goal and you take that journey, you might not be able to smell the roses. It might be too much just suffering and you might not be able to enjoy the process. Maybe the next time you will be able to enjoy it a little more. If you can, that's better. It'll help you love this that much more. And if you have the passion and love for it and you enjoy the actual, even the shitty bits of it, you can get so much more in the long term. It's be so much more sustainable and you can be able to really take it into your life. But if that's too tough right now, focus on that destination and keep moving.
And you're I hate to sound like I'm selling my coaching right now. You want to know the reality, guys? Whoever you are listening, if you've never gotten shredded before, you never gotten leaner before, and you think this 2019 is going to be different because the fucking stars are going to line up, it's not going to happen. You're going to quit week 2 and then you're going to forget about it. The reason I did not quit, even when, there was a shit storm going on in my life, was because I had a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I had Derek Charleboy accountable. He wasn't even like he was checking on me every minute. I just had to send him that one weekly check-in email. But I had a coach on my side. I had a professional who has taken hundreds of people on that same journey. So I didn't need to think. All I did was follow every advice he gave me, every practical tip. He's like, do that next week. This is the change we're making for this week. All I did was execute. I didn't think much. I just did it because I had someone holding me accountable, someone I looked up to, someone I respected. And we got there. If it was just on me, I would have quit. If it was just me, I would have probably quit at that time. But it's a lot easier to give up on yourself. It's so much harder to give up when others are watching. When you got others holding you accountable. Because what was I going to say? Email Derek and say, hey, here are 5 excuses why I'm quitting prep? But if I would have justified those reasons to myself easily. I mean, like, yeah, this is not the right period of my life. I just got out of college. I don't have a job. I don't have this. I don't have that.
And that's also why it's important to have a coach that's going to call you out on bullshit. Because if you came to him with that excuses, he'd be like, so fucking do it anyways, right? You'll be able to call you out on, so there are different levels of excuses. There are some excuses that are, it's what can you do? That's it is. You got hit in a car accident, you're fucking hospitalized. You have broken bones. All right, you're fucking done, right? But this is getting a little difficult because I want to kind of do this thing. I have this weekly commitment to my such and such friend or family member to do thing. Well, okay, fine, but figure out how to make it work anyways, right? So whatever it is, whatever the thing that comes up, fucking figure it out. Find a solution, not an excuse. Tear the wall down. Don't build it up.
110%. Preach that, brother. Like, absolutely. 120%. I'm serious, guys. If you're an entrepreneur or a guy, see, here's the thing. People come to me and they're like, Mo, can you build me a workout program that I can do at home? And I'm like, what's your end goal in life? They're like, I want to build $100 million company. I want to speak at multiple stages internationally. And I was like, so you're afraid of little gym intimidation? One big guy at the gym scares the fuck out of you? No, I will not give you that workout to do at fucking home. I'm not going to have you buy that P90X and do 100 pull-ups a day. No.
Get your ass in the gym, in a big fucking scary gym at that. The one with the fucking monsters walking around.
Exactly. That's how you grow. And every time I've done that, every time I've gone to a gym that scared me, the ROI was 10x more. And guys, look at your life. Look at your life. Look at the guy that you currently are. And then look at your goals. You want to build a $100 million company and you want to travel internationally and speak at stages in Sri Lanka, Singapore, and freaking Hong Kong and New York and LA. And you're scared of few guys at the gym doing deadlifts?
They might judge me, Mo. They might think how bad and skinny I am.
So will the outside world. And working at home won't help you with that. So the point being, guys, like, let's not make excuses. You need someone to fucking speak up for you, someone to stand up to you, for you, and do everything, because he has your best interest in mind, because he has nothing to really gain or lose from your results. He just wants you to win because he surrounds himself with the winners, and that's the coach you need. Because if your coach is just always about, the happy feelings and self-love and self-appreciation, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong coach. Do you think, I shit you not, if Mark Zuckerberg was with a coach who just told him to love himself and not work that hard, Facebook wouldn't exist today. If Arnold was around people who were just soft and self-love fucking things, Arnold would not be Arnold Schwarzenegger he is today. To create diamonds, you need pressure, and you shouldn't or run away from pressure. So it's just you got to do those things in life to really. Oops. Madison, you're distracting me with those fingers.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's on the wrong side. Sorry, yeah. Done. Sorry.
But the point being, Madison said, fucking stick with it. Hire someone. Get help.
Hiring someone is such an advantage. And because I know what a lot of you think, me and Mo have gone through this too. I currently have a coach. Mo has had a coach. I don't know if you got another one for right now, but all of a sudden he's I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to make the investment. And you think you're going to get there on your own, and you can get there on your own, but it's so much more difficult in ways that it's not as obvious. It's oh, well, they're just going to tell me but it's more than that. Right? You're being held accountable, and you're also you're standing on the shoulder of giants is what you're getting the chance to do, right? That's a quote from Einstein, right? Einstein said that if he was able to see farther than anyone else because he stood on the shoulders of giants, he built off of what came before him, right? Me and Mo, for myself, I spent the last 10 years of doing this shit obsessively and learning and just making tons of mistakes, right? I've made mistakes. I've learned from them. So when you work with me and you work with Mo, we've already made those mistakes for you. We've already spun our wheels. We've already had to go through the shit, right? So now when you start, you get to skip all that. You get to leap forward 10 years of knowledge. You get to, rather than figuring it all out for yourself, which you can do that, or you can skip it and get to the point where you're actually doing productive work, where you're actually moving forward because you're doing what you need to be doing and doing the smart thing and the right thing. Because it's not just about hard work. Hard work is very important, but it's not just about hard work. It's also about smart work. And that's what I pride myself on giving it, is getting you to work smart and then hard.
Hard work is
smart.
Bro, hard work is the most misunderstood concept in humanity. Like, I remember wondering that, like thinking about that in college. Like, the kids who were getting 4.0s weren't the hardest workers. I was.
Oh, dude, I barely worked in college, man, and I passed everything. I barely studied. I barely did anything. And some people were pulling all-nighters. I studied like not even an hour before the test. Like, I either just learn it and like process it, or like what's studying gonna do? I just go to like refresh my memory. But it was either like learn it or memorize it. So I was like, I'd rather learn it. And that's, well, that was for me. That's how I got to school. But that was.
No, I was the same way, because I was the other way, actually. I wasn't the smartest for sure. Like, no, everything came hard. Like, I had to really fucking try. And I did. I remember, like, it exposed me to something, because I was the hardest worker in the room. I've always been. But it is so misunderstood. People think, like, I remember thinking that in college or in life, or like fucking Karen and Susan and Charles and John who go to the gym and like they just spend 60 minutes on cardio every day for the last 7 years, and they just can't seem to lose that weight. They're working hard, just have no strategy. They think they're gonna figure it out on their own, versus they could have condensed those 7 years into 7 months.
Yep.
Absolutely. Am I wrong there? Like,
no, that's exactly my point, right? You could, like, for my first few years of training, like I was working pretty hard and I was doing stuff, but my progress back then was a tiny fraction of what it is now because of what I was doing. My level of knowledge that's why my results have been exponential, because what I've learned has built off of what I've known before. So I get more results with one workout now than I did in like 4 weeks when I first started, right? Because what I do and what I know to do and what I know to execute, I can get so much more benefit, so much more effectiveness, so much more efficiency out of everything that I do now. And I also, as a side thing, I also know how to go harder now too. But that's really a side effect of just being experienced. But it's so valuable being able to work smarter, right? Because it's like working smarter is like steering the car, right? And if you're trying to go somewhere, you need to make the right turns. You need to get off at the right exits. You got to signal. You got to move around traffic, and you got to navigate that shit. And how hard you go is how much you're pressing on that pedal, right? You're gonna get there faster if you're pressing on that pedal. But if you're going the wrong direction or you crash, that pedal's not going to help you out. So you got to be able to be smart and guided and directed and doing the right things at the right times, and then start pushing the pedal, right? Because then if you do both, now you're a fucking race car driver, right? Now you're steering and you're fucking hitting that pedal and you're doing it all nice and synchronized. And that's where you want to be. And that's where a coach will exponentialize your fucking growth, because they will be able to fix that steering wheel and get you on the path and get you making the right moves and reaching your knowledge from in so many angles: the training, the nutrition, the sleep, the recovery, the mindset, how you approach everything, and how you break it all down together, which allows you to step on the gas. So that combination will 10x your results, if not more.
Here's what it comes down to, guys. After every golden nugget Madison just dropped, how serious are you? Are you just fucking around trying to get six-pack abs, and when you go to the beach on July 4th and you see a guy with six-pack abs, you're going to be like, fuck, I want six-pack abs? Or are you the guy who wants to be that guy? I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy who's there and people are like, holy shit, I should have listened to him, or I should have started too. Because I've been in, like, you have no idea how many years I went through my New Year's resolutions, and I would put a picture of a shredded guy, and I was like, I'm going to be this. 2012, 2013, 2014, and finally in fucking 2015, I was like, I hired a coach, changed it all. That was the year because commitment comes in two forms, either with your time or with your money. Anything I'm committed to in life, either I schedule it and I make sure I get it done, or I invest some money in someone or in something that forces me to take action on it. Let's be honest, guys. A lot of you want to be New York Times bestselling authors. A lot of you want to write books, but you have made no fucking commitment. It's not on your schedule. It's just a hope and a dream on your fucking mind. A lot of you want a podcast. You just keep talking about it for the last 7 years. Never schedule time to actually do it. A lot of people want those shredded abs. A lot of people want that physique. A lot of people want.
You want to ask out that girl in your science class. You want to, you have a million things on your plate. What you want to do?
Commit to 2 or 3 things in the next 3 months and fucking win it. If it's making more money, then make it happen. Commit. And I don't say commit just to motivate you. Fuck motivation. You don't need it. You don't need it. You need action.
It's weak.
So weak, bro. Like
last an hour, last a day, last a week tops.
David Goggins talks about how, and most of you probably know David Goggins, such a badass. David Goggins talks about like how it's never motivation, because he's like, I can give you motivational speeches for 3 hours to make you go running, and then you get outside, and it's raining and all that motivation is gone. That's motivation in a nutshell.
Yep.
A lot of you are so fired up listening to this podcast while on your drive home, and then you get home and fucking TV's on and Netflix and chill with some popcorn.
Ooh, there's the couch. I like the couch. Ooh, and a big old box of popcorn.
Winners don't think like that, guys. Winners.
There's a switch in your head when you commit. There's a switch that flips where you when you really commit to something. It's like saying to yourself, I will do whatever the fuck it takes. I will do anything. If it takes getting a coach, I'm gonna get a coach. If it takes this, I'm gonna do this. If my coach says jump off a fucking bridge, I'm going to do it. Right? Because you're just willing to do whatever it is that's gonna get you to that place you want to go. And that's committing to it. That's wanting it so badly that you are willing to do whatever it takes. I'm not saying to go jump off a bridge. I'm not saying to do just anything. My point is that's almost the mindset that you kind of fall into, that I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care when this starts to suck, because I want it more than it sucks.
Exactly. And it's not even, it doesn't have to be that fucking crazy hard. It's not.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying even if it would. Yeah.
And that attitude will take you far in life. Because let's be honest, fellas, you can't stop thinking about that dream.
And it's also going to help you toughen the fuck up. Right? If you're a guy or girl fucking watching this, I think that everybody right now, especially in this country, in America, the United States, needs to learn is to toughen the fuck up. Everybody is soft as shit right now, and any little thing sends them off. Is too much. Oh, I can't bear it. This is too much. You gotta learn to toughen up. The world is rough. Life is rough. Doing things is rough. But it's okay. That's okay. Things are supposed to be hard sometimes. We're supposed to feel shitty sometimes. That's part of life. That's part of the human experience. If you go to other countries, if you go outside of the U.S., places that have it rough, places that are way less well off than we are, those people are so much fucking tougher than us. We get fucking, this is full regular milk in my latte. I asked for skim milk. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose it. Right? There's the littlest thing. Another fucking country, they're hoping I'm gonna fucking eat today. Right? You gotta be able to deal with some adversity. And in order to get yourself to be one of the fucking people who are going to be the premier of society, because we don't want to be just fucking average. We want to be that 1%. We want to be the successful people. We want to be the top of the herd, the leaders of the pack, right? And to do that, we need to be fucking tough. We need to be able to take more than other people. So this is a way to challenge yourself with adversity. Challenge yourself with adversity and give yourself a challenge or something to overcome, to strengthen your mindset, to strengthen your mind, to strengthen your will, and progress your body. But those things will help you so much in so many places. Because when when you get a pile of work from your boss, and he's like, do this, and it's like, oh, this fucking sucks. Or this fucking, you're just working through it. But guess what? You're gonna have the stamina and the willpower to get through that shit. Because it's gonna suck, but you're gonna do it anyways. Because what's on the other side is worth it, right? Those abs are worth it. That promotion is worth it. That long-term result, this short-term investment of suck is worth the long-term investment of honor and glory and legacy and whatever it is you're chasing after. We are so unaccustomed to, as humans now in this day and age, to how easy things really are. We, as a species, used to go through so much more adversity, whether it be a predator trying to fucking take you down, a scarcity of food, searching day and night to try to get something to eat, right? Just the things that we take for granted now. Our bodies are made to face adversity. And by being able to rise to the challenge of this adversity is how we grow as people. We grow mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and everything else by challenging ourselves and beating these challenges. So this is a tool to grow yourself. It's a way to challenge yourself. So when you go out in this endeavor this summer to get fucking shredded for the first time and fucking bring that shredded body to that barbecue to blow away all your friends and family and the girl you've had your eye on, you know you're also doing it because you're going to grow as a fucking person to do it. Yeah.
Let that sip in for a second. Like, yeah, fucking digest that. That's some real shit. Because you know you deserve that girl, right? Like, you know that you want her for a reason. And every other fucking guy wants her too, most likely. So
what are you willing to do that they're not?
And remember, I want to get you, John or Zach, I want to get you to a point where the girl wants you, you don't really care anyway. That's the ultimate freedom. And sometimes I feel like I'm definitely there because I have this vision of my life and I'm so focused on creating it, I just don't fuck around anymore. And all of it could be, that focus could be, because I know how hard it is to actually win because it pays to be a winner. And Madison, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't vibe well with a lot of these soft fitness coaches. People who have never gotten shredded before. People who are just like, this is a good food, this is a bad food type mentality, and people who are always restrictive, like just like that fucking mindset where it's like
people who aren't strong, who don't fucking lift heavy, who don't fucking do hard shit. They don't fucking take a squat to just the nth level.
Those people, they have never fully tapped into their fucking end game. Where it's like, I'm going to be as shredded as possible by this date. They've never had that. They've never given everything to a goal. They've always had, I just want to be healthy. And you just want to be healthy. That's like saying, I just want to finish college.
I just want to be human.
Yeah, I just wanted this, I just wanted that. No, then I don't know. This podcast is probably not for you then. We're here to create winners. This podcast is for fucking winners. And I know the intensity is getting pretty high on this podcast, but there's a truth to that, guys. Like, I shit you not. I genuinely believe that you are the type of guy, if you're listening to this, you are the type of guy that women want. And you're the type of guy who's so focused on his mission of becoming higher status, of achieving his goals, of overcoming shit and still winning at the end of the day. You are the type of guy who women are after. And you just haven't tapped into that side of you yet because you've just been fucking around with your health and you've just never had that last extra 10% of edge over other guys. You can have a doctorate degree. You can be a millionaire, but if you look like shit, who's going to pay attention to you? Right? There are a lot of fat millionaires and they don't look the greatest. Let's be honest. It's a lot better to be shredded and be rich and be successful. A lot better. Trust me, a lot better. Makes life so much easier. So much easier. Because not only can you walk into to somewhere and attract a girl, but you can also pay for her, right? And I'm not even a fucking dating expert. Like shit, I don't know squat about that. But this is real life, and this is real life, guys. Like, make money. You already make money, and most of you are already successful in the eyes of society. You just, I'm being completely honest. You just look like shit.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys, a lot of our listeners are fucking smart, right? You guys listening, we know you guys, we tend to attract smarter people. And now when you, as smart people now, realize that you are above the average already, right? So why let yourself be limited in any other aspect? When you, like I said this earlier in this podcast, yeah, when you bring up your body, your mind's going to go up too. You're going to be smarter. You're going to be better. You're going to be more ripped. You're going to be better in every way. You're going to elevate yourself as a person, how much work you're able to do, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally and physically. You're going to be able to do more. So you're going to go from maybe the top 5% to the top 1%, or the top 1% to the top 1% of the 1%. You are going to elevate yourself. And if you want to be successful in business, you want to be successful in relationships, you want to be successful in whatever it is you're doing, this helps build into that. It builds all of it, and it's going to make you want to be that predator, right? We want to be the 1%. We want to be that predator. We don't want to be with the rest of the sheep, being mulled down, obese, health problems, suffering from this, paying tons of money out of pocket for our health expenses, getting sick, feeling like shit, being depressed every day, not sleeping, not feeling good, not being able to think straight, not making money, not feeling good. We don't want to be that. We want to be the antithesis of that. We want to be the image of success in every way. We want to be healthy. We want to feel good every day. We don't want to be feeling like shit. So we want to be healthy. We want to be strong. So we're physically capable of doing things. So we're mentally strong and capable of handling things. So we're creating success in business, in our life, in our relationships, and all of that, and all tied together. And the gym is one of the best tools. And me and Mo are obviously huge fans of it. So I can't stress how useful it is as a tool if you use it for that purpose, and if you have that mindset with it, and you realize that it's a way to challenge your physiology and you as a person. Because what really great about training in the gym is how scalable it is, and how you can slowly build that stress, how you can slowly build it both physically and mentally, and various ways. There's so many different areas that you can grow into it and ways you can take it, that there's always a way to challenge yourself mentally, physically, or otherwise. So you're always able to grow, and because it's progressive, it's a lot easier to use than some other things in life that might just kind of hit you over the head really quick and hard. Like if you dive into like a school course, you're just going to start getting hit with, it's going to come like a wave. It's going to come and it's going to be constant until it's done. But with the gym, you can build up to it, and it builds with you. And that's how we were designed as people too. That's how we adapt, right? You have stress, rest, and adaptation. So we provide just enough stress, whatever you can handle, you rest and you adapt. Stress, rest, and adapt, and you slowly build it up, right? And that's what's so magical about the gym.
Dude, and the last thing I would say, like, I have two things to say, and then we'll conclude the podcast. But number one, like Madison is saying, it's a very unique sport. A lot of you listening have played sports in high school, have played sports in college. Some of you are D1, athletes from college. Gym is different. This is a lonely sport, guys. This is like with your headphones on, with your hoodie on, no one is fucking watching, and you are creating that destiny of yours. You're putting in the work. And when you start, dude, I still remember when I started tapping into that, when I would show up at the gym at 6 a.m. in the morning, with my headphones on, with my hoodie on. I felt like I was talking to the legends of the past. I felt like I was tapping into that tribe of badasses who had already done it before me. And that's a powerful feeling. So that's number one, because gym will make you feel like no other sport has ever made you feel. It's just the truth. In gym, you don't have fucking 10 coaches teaching you. You don't have fucking 32, other kids playing the same sport as you. You're alone. This is your masterpiece. You're sculpting. I like to use the word sculpting the physique. You're sculpting your shoulders. You're sculpting your back. You're sculpting your chest. And then that girl, she compliments your chest. You fucking sculpted it. That's a good fucking feeling because you built it.
Yeah, your success is your success.
Your success is your success, and that's what makes it. And that same attitude takes you further in life than any team sport ever does. Because now when they throw you to the wolves, you are not scared of the wolves. You want to be part of the wolves. You want to lead the pack, because it takes a lot to be alone at 10 o'clock at night in a gym and not giving a fuck and still doing the work. And
putting 500 on your back and burying it in a squat.
Burying fucking in that squat, deadlifting 500 pounds. And the second thing I would say is, I lost my train of thought. There were two things I wanted to say. So it was the gym. Last thing. So if you guys are business owners or you want to be winners in life, I want you to do analysis of your mindset. And I hate talking mindset, but this is important. When problem comes into your mind, when you face a problem, an obstacle, does your brain directly goes to the give up mode, like fucking quit, or does it go to the solution finding mode? I have programmed my own brain in the last 2 years. I remember it wasn't like this ever. Last 2 years where it goes to the solution mode. It just straight up goes to solution mode. It doesn't I want to make it work. My brain already knows. I'm like that. Like every time I go to a conference, every time I feel really nervous. I don't know. I feel nervous. It's new people, hundreds of new people, hundreds of new speakers. I don't know. Every time I feel it. But now I've programmed myself enough that every time I do it, my brain itself tells me that we have gone through this many times. Even though you're scared, this is going to be another one. You'll feel better afterwards. It's like you should program yourself to be a solution finder, where it's like you do shit anyway. And when you get there is because you do it anyway despite the fear. Because at the end of the day, guys, most of the things you're doing are not life-threatening. Let's be honest. They're not that fucking scary. They won't take your life. They won't hurt you. It's just that you just don't feel like doing it. So just do it anyway, and your brain will program itself to be better and smarter. And you'll become brave. You'll develop that self-confidence that's like, yeah, that wasn't too bad. Madison, any concluding remarks? How to get shredded by summer.
Yeah, guys. So that's it. This is your call to commit. This is your call to evolve. Your call to grow. So it's really set. I want you to. My challenge to you guys listening is to set your intention on that. To set your intention on a goal. Make it a tough one. Don't make it too much. Don't make it too much of a stretch, but make it a challenge. Make it something tough. And I want you to try rise to that challenge. Hold yourself committed to that challenge. And if you guys need help, again, reach out to me, reach out to Mo, find someone else, but get to that goal and reach that success. Complete what you've set out to do. And it is a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling in so many aspects in life, but use this one as just another chance to grow. So I really hope you guys got a lot out of this podcast. This one was intense, had a lot of value, a lot of passion in this one. And that's because me and Mo, we want to see you guys evolve and turn into those fucking alpha, 1% wolves. And because we ain't playing around with no sheep in this podcast.
No,
right?
This is some real shit. And yeah, guys, if you need our help, DM me, DM Madison.
Yeah. You can follow us friend us on Facebook. I'm at Madison Alpha. You can find me. Mo is at Mo Gias. Follow us on Instagram. I'm at Mastodon_strong. Mo, yours is at.
It's literally Mo Gaius. Mo Gaius.
Right.
Or you can look for Daddy of Fat Loss. Both of them work. Yeah. But it's literally MOE Mo GHIAS Gaius. And one of my group coaching programs is really very affordable. It's open for 1 year. I really want you to fucking win. If you are listening to this and you came all the 60 minutes listening to this shit and you're not shredded by America's independence on July 4th, Daddy's going to be pissed.
Yeah, we're both pissed.
Because we want you to win. For the first time in your life, this is your wake-up call. I want you to fucking win it. It's enough playing small, guys. We're done.
And I want you guys who are fucking going to rise to this fucking challenge, I want you to leave a comment down below and say, I am fucking going for it. And I want you to put that down there and hold yourself accountable, because we're going to come back in July and fucking check on you. If you guys are watching on YouTube, leave a comment. If you guys are listening on iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play, leave us a review. And also in that review, say that you listened to this episode and that you fucking taken the challenge. Also, feel free, if you guys need help, reach out to us at engineeredmuscle1@gmail.com. So again, make sure you guys like the episode, subscribe, hit the bell if you're on YouTube, leave a review if you're listening to one of the audio versions on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play. And thanks for watching, guys.
And the last thing I'll say is that I've shared more on this podcast than I have shared with my parents. This podcast is a personal project, and we give it our all. And there's not a lot of podcasts that talk like we talk. There's not a lot of podcasts that are not scripted. There are not a lot of podcasts that just go off the flow based on the reality of the situation. So we love you guys. We want you to win. We want you to fucking succeed. And if that resonates with you, do us a favor. Leave some reviews. Leave some comments. Drop into our DMs. We love hearing from you guys. And with that, podcast number 14 is done. And we'll see you on the next one.